So buenos dias a todos. Thank you all for having me. Thank you all for inviting me. So when Ale told me and approached me asking if I wanted to come speak at this event, speaking about identity, about leadership, my mind immediately drew a blank. I was like, how can I speak about something that I personally have been trying to tackle for as long as I can remember? So for a little background, my mom is de Costa Rica. My dad is African American. He grew up here in Henderson, born and raised. She grew up in Costa Rica. She came over on the teacher exchange program in the early 90s, stereotypically teaching high school Spanish here in the US. They met, all that happened, and now here I am, type of thing. So growing up, my brother and I, we would be here for school during the normal school year, American school system school year, but we would go live in Costa Rica during our summer vacations. So we would be there 3 months, we would come back here for 3 months, we would go back to Costa Rica for like a month for Christmas, come back here for another 3 months, a lot of back and forth. So, over there, of course, I'm a lot darker skinned than most Costa Ricans. So like it's kind of been spoken about before, like really fitting in, really feeling a part of, with my classmates, even though we were in second grade, you always know that Uriah is a little different. He doesn't speak the language quite as well as we did at the time. He's a little bit darker, and we only see him for like 6 weeks out the year. Then he leaves, then he pops up back up another year later. Then coming back here, first days of school as an elementary school student, what did you do for the summer? And I'm like, oh, I was in Costa Rica for the summer. They look at me and they're like, oh, that's near Puerto Rico on the island, right? And I'm like, no, not really. They're like, well, they speak English? And I'm like, no, not really. So even then, just trying to fit in here, figuring out who I am here at the same time was always something I battled with. And so again, thank you, Ale, for inviting me, because it really made me sit back and really think about where I've come from and where I am today. Here at Kenan-Flagler, I went here for undergrad, so I was sitting with the undergrads, trying to chop it up a little bit, but I think I'm a little too old now, so can't relate on some stuff anymore. But really just think about how this identity of mine has led into my leadership style. I really think about the two cultures I grew up in, Latin American culture, Black African American culture, and two things really stuck out that really have kept with me today was our religion, our faith, and just the way we're such a tight-knit bond within our family. So for family-wise, whether it's I'm in Costa Rica for Christmas, cocinando tamales con mi abuela or con mis tías, or if I'm here for Thanksgiving, cooking sweet potato pies with my grandma, going out and picking the sweet potatoes, doing the whole process, really just creating these really tight family bonds on both sides of my family. And then for religion, both sides are super religious. One side is more like Southern Baptist, the other side more Episcopalian. So I guess I'm just a mix of just Jesus in some way, type of way. Yeah. And so just really keeping these values of family and religion in my life has led to, I guess, my current leadership style. I try to really make connections with everyone that I meet, whether it's new folk now or, folks I've known for a couple of months, but really consider to be really close friends within my life and really try to treat you as like brothers and sisters within my life. Within like group work type of things, really trying to connect with the people I'm working with, really understanding that something that hit me recently was that we're all living this life for the first time. We're all figuring things out as we go every day. So really just taking that into account, and you don't know where someone's coming from. You can't judge them where they're at now because you don't know where they were before, type of thing. Really just embracing each other, learning to love each other as we are and who we are. And on the religious side, just really treating everyone, how I want to be treated. If you know me for a while, I really like to joke around. If I'm too serious at any point, then something's really not right. So if I'm cracking a joke, then everything's cool. Embracing, life is serious, of course, but sometimes you have to really take a step back, especially looking in the mirror. Think about where you've come from. Think about where you want to go. Think about where you are now, because everything that got you to where you are now may not get you to where you want to go before. So that constant growth within yourself, constant maturity, just ever evolving. That's life, right? Life is change. Change is not always easy, but if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Well, we're all living, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So thank you again for having me. Hope I didn't ramble too much, type of thing. Gracias por su tiempo, and thank you as well. I just met you yesterday, so I don't know how I slipped up and didn't meet you until yesterday. But thank you for having me. Thank all of y'all.